Hi students, good morning, good afternoon. This is my sixth lecture of industrial management. In the last lecture, we have discussed theories and introduction of CPM and PERT, and then we have solved around 10 questions, multiple choice questions. In this lecture also, we will solve more than 10 or 15 questions of PERT and CPM, and then we will start next topic in next lecture. Okay, so first question is in PERT, distribution of activities times is assumed to be. It is talking about the activity times. So in last lecture I have told you for activity times in PERT, distribution follows is of which type? Please tell me which distribution is followed. So in PERT, activity times follows beta distribution. For activity, beta distribution is followed, and for project normal distribution is followed. If we are talking about project in normal, if we are talking about project in PERT, then whole project follows normal distribution. And if we are just talking about the activities, then activities follows beta distribution. Okay, so explanation it is also written here in PERT, activity time follows beta distribution. And we are talking about the project, then project follows normal distribution. Keep it in mind, it is very important. Students sometimes get confused that whether it is talking about project or activity. So if it is talking about the activity, then we need to take on beta. If it is talking about the project in PERT, then we will take on normal distribution. Okay, now we can move to next slide. Now in this slide, it is talking about in PERT and CPM, what is dummy activity? How will you define dummy activity? Dummy activity consumes times or not? It consumes resources, or it is preserved logic, or it is a real activity. So which one of them is correct? I have told you in last class also, dummy activity is that activity that do not consume any time, do not consume resources, and it is just used to preserve logical sequence of the project of network diagram. So, and it is also not a real activity. So dummy activity do not consume any time, do not consume resources, it is not real activity. It is just used to preserve logical sequence. It is just used to preserve and maintain logical sequence of different activities in a network diagram. Okay, so it is clear. Dummy activity is nothing, it is just used to preserve logical sequence. Okay, now we can go to question number 13. So in this question, which one of the following distributions provide information regarding the uncertainty of duration time estimates in PERT described network? So please read this question carefully. In this question, it is also talking about the time estimates of PERT. So its answer will be beta or will be normal. These two are, we do not know these two things, we haven't talked about these two things. In PERT, we are talking about beta or normal. So please remember, keep in mind, for project we have normal distribution, for activity we have beta distribution. So please read this question and check whether it is talking about activity or it is talking about project. If it is talking about activity, then we will take on beta. If it is talking about the whole project, then we will take on normal distribution. So please read once again. So which one of the following distributions provide information regarding the uncertainty of duration time estimates in PERT described network? So it is talking about PERT described network. It means it is talking about the whole project. So whole project follows which distribution? Project follows which distribution? Normal distribution. Simple. So its answer will be option B, normal distribution. Okay, simply see here, activity duration is beta distributed and project duration is normal distributed. So it is talking about project, so its answer will be normal distribution. If it is talking about activity, then we will take on beta, okay, beta distribution. Now we can see next question. In this question 14, in time study the rating factor is applied to determine. In time study rating factor is applied to determine which thing? Standard time of a job, merit rating of a worker, fixation of an incentive rate, normal time of a job. So which option is correct? Please tell me. Standard time of a job, merit rating of a worker, fixation of incentive of rate, or normal time of a job. So which one of them is correct? So please see its answer. In time study rating factor is applied to determine normal time of a job, and we know that we have a formula. Normal time is equal to observed time into rating factor. Okay, and why we use rating factor? Rating factor is used rating factor is used to adjust the differences in operators performance, because to perform any job we will have some observed time, but different operators will have different performance level, will have different performance rating. So we multiply observed time by rating per factor for different operator to get the normal time of the job. Okay, so for different operators we have different rating factor. Observed time is fixed, but rating factor for different operators will be different. So we multiply rating factor with observed time, then we will get the normal time of the job. Okay, is it clear so far? We can move to the next question now. Okay, in this question is asking about the work measurement. It is talking about work measurement. The objective of work measurement is to plan and schedule the production, estimate and selling price and delivery rate, formulate a proper incentive scheme, all of the above. So please remember or try to gather information about work measurement. We have discussed work measurement in class. Its answer is all of the above. In work measurement we plan and schedule, we also estimate selling price and delivery date, we also formulate incentive scheme. So answer will be all of the above. You can also see here the purpose of work measurement. I have mentioned all the purposes of work measurement here. See, to evaluate labor performance, to make plan activity, for determining available capacity, for comparing work methods, to facilitate operation scheduling, to establish wage and incentives, to determine standard time for various operations. So these are the various purposes of work measurement. Okay, its basic functions are to evaluate labor performance, one of the basic purpose of work measurement, then to plan activity and to determine available capacity, and for comparing work methods. So these are the basic purpose of work measurement. Okay, now we can move to the 16th next question. Which one of the following is a work measurement technique? This is very simple question. We have also discussed these questions in the class during classes. So, and which of them is not a work measurement technique? Simply you can take it very easily. Time study is a work measurement technique. Okay, work sampling is also a work. Motion time data, it is also a work measurement technique. So its answer will be micro motion study. See, micro motion study is not a work measurement technique. These three are work measurement technique. Okay, next question now. These are the work measurement techniques I have also mentioned here. Okay, so these are very simple things. You can also gather some information from these books also. You can get information from books also. Okay, and I have also provided new notes during the lectures, so you can also refer to my lectures. If you have any doubt, you can directly ask me. We will discuss, and I can also provide notes. So come to the 17th question. In this question we have to solve a numerical. So in this question, see here, if in a time study observed time, we have observed time, it is given to us, OT is given to us, rating factor is given to us, allowances are given to us. We need to calculate standard time. We know that we have a formula. What is the formula? Please remember the formula. We have formula that normal time is equal to observed time plus rating factor, and in this question we observed time is given to us and rating factor is also given to us, which is equals to 1.1. rating factor is given to us, it is 1.1, because 110% is given to us. In if we will convert it into points, then we will get 1.1. It's a factor if when we will convert it into factor. So this will be the normal time. And we know that to calculate standard time is what? Standard time is equal to normal time plus allowances, different allowances, fatigue allowances, delay, everything. So allowances will be here in given, it is given to 20% of the normal time. So we have here what we did here, we normal time plus percentage given to us 20% into normal time, because it is given in terms of normal time. So normal time is given to us, or you can take common normal time outside, so it will be normal time plus 1 into plus 0.1, so it will be 0.825 into 1.2. we will multiply these two things and then we will get 0.99 minutes. So this will be the standard time. This is very simple question. We need to just keep in mind these two formulas. Please keep in mind this first formula and then this formula. Normal time is just observed time into rating factor. Observed time is given to us, rating factor is given to us, we can just multiply both of them and we will get normal time. And standard time, we have formula, this formula, normal time, standard time is equals to normal time plus allowances. So allowance here is given in terms of normal time, and how much it was given? It was given 0.20% of normal time. So we have just kept here normal time and we have kept outside normal time. It is 1 plus 0.2, so it will be 1.2. 0.825 into 1.2, it will be 0.99 minutes. So this will be the answer for a standard time. So we got a standard time as this. Now this is 18th question. Which one of the following statements is correct about standard time? See here, standard time, in the last question we have discussed standard time formula. Standard time is obtained from normal time by adding the policy allowances, and which one of them is correct? Personal allowances, fatigue allowances, delay allowances, personal fatigue and delay allowances. So in last question we have discussed standard time is equal to normal time plus allowances. So what were those allowances? Which allowances we need to take? So its answer will be all those allowances. Option A, B, C and D. All allowances we will consider. Standard time is obtained by adding normal time plus policy allowances, personal allowances, fatigue allowances and delay allowances. So all the allowances will be added to calculate standard time. Standard time is equal to normal time plus allowances. Allowances are personal, fatigue and delay. All the allowances we will consider. So it's very simple. Standard time is equal to normal time plus all allowances, personal allowances, fatigue allowances and delay allowances. Okay, now we can go to next question. Determination of standard time in complex job system is done through. How we determine the standard time for any complex job? If we have any complex job, then in that case how we will determine the standard time? In last question we have seen the standard formula to calculate standard time. It is equal to normal time plus allowances. So how we will calculate when job is very complex? So for complex job, which one? Stopwatch method, or analysis of micromotion, group time techniques and analysis of standard. It is not date, it will be data. It will be data. So analysis of a standard data system. So its answer will be analysis of a standard date system. Okay, we will do this by analysis of standard data system. Standard data system. Now question number 20 we have here, work study is mainly aimed at. Why we do work study? What is the purpose of work study? So it is done to determining the most efficient method of performing a job. We do this, or establishing minimum time of completion of a job, or for delivering a standard method and a standard time of a job, or economizing the motions involved on the part of the worker while performing job. So why we do work study? Which one of them is correct? Why do we do work study? So its answer will be, we do work study for developing standard method and standard time of a job. Okay, we do develop standard method and standard time of a job. Okay, we do work studies for that. So please keep it in mind. Work study, we do work study to develop standard method and standard time of a job. It is very important to define some standard time for completing any job. because if we do not have a standard time, then how we will calculate the project duration and activity duration. It is very important to calculate the standard time of a job. In this much time we will finish this job, so it is important. That's why we do work study. Then next question we have, consider the following statements. What considers following time states? This question I have covered this question so many times. It is coming to you once again. So please tell me which time estimates are considered in PERT, whether it is optimistic or pessimistic, most likely, or all of them. So its answer is very simple. I have told you so many times that in CPM we have only one time estimate, only one. We do not have three time estimate, because CPM is deterministic in nature. We have actual time for activities, but in PERT we have three time estimates, that is optimistic time, pessimistic time, and most likely time, because it is probabilistic in nature. We do not have fixed time, no fixed time for different activities, so we go for probability. So therefore here time estimates are probabilistic in nature. So I hope these things are clear to you. If you have any doubt, you can contact me. Okay, then we can solve your issues and try to discuss your issues. Okay, so it is very simple. PERT has three time estimates: optimistic, pessimistic, and most likely. Now this is your 22nd question. In CPM network, critical path denotes. What is critical path denoting in CPM? This is very simple question, and we have discussed CPM in last lecture. Path where maximum resources are used, or path where minimum resources are used, path where delay of one activity prolongs the duration of the completion of the project, or path that gets monitored. So which one of them is correct? Please revise it or remember it. Its answer is very simple. Its answer will be C, because it is a path where delay of one activity prolongs the duration of the completion of a job. I have told you so many times in critical path method, critical path is that path if you will delay any one of the critical activities, then your project duration will be delayed, or your project duration will be prolonged, because critical path is having critical activities, and if you delay any activity, then obviously your project will be delayed. So therefore its option will be C, path where delay of one activity prolongs the duration of completion of the job. Then you will need more time to complete your project. So we focus on critical path, and we just try to avoid any delay in any activities of the critical path. Okay, now we can solve next question. Which one of the following are the guidelines for the construction of a network diagram? So please, these 4 guidelines are mentioned here. Please check these guidelines and answer the question whether which one of them the guidelines are correct. Or for network diagram, we have discussed network diagram in 4th lecture, and I have also solved one example for network diagram. So option 1 is here. Each activity is represented by one and only one arrow in the network. Is it correct or not? This is the guideline of not. Second, 2 activities can be identified by the same beginning and end events. In second statement, it is saying that if this is node 1, this is node 1, and this is node 2, this is activity A, and this is activity B. So this is talking about this condition. So 2 activities A and B can be identified by the same beginning and end. It is possible for a network diagram. Please remember it. I have told you earlier that this is not possible, because 2 activities cannot have the same beginning and ends. So this is wrong. So statement 2 is wrong. Okay, we will not have a guideline as given in statement 2. So it is wrong. Now come to third one. Dangling must be avoided in network diagram. Oh, this is correct. Okay, this is correct. So we will have first is correct, second is wrong, third is correct, and fourth is correct. Dummy activity consumes no time and no resources, earlier also. So option B will be correct. Now we can go to 24th question. The 3 time estimates of a PERT activity are optimistic time, most likely time, and pessimistic time. all the three times are given to you. We need to calculate expected here expected time of the activity would be. We need to calculate TE, expected time. So we have a formula to calculate expected time. What is the formula for that? Its formula is TE is equal to T optimistic plus 4 times of T most likely time plus TP divided by 6. What is the formula? Its formula is T expected is equal to T naught plus 4 times of T most likely plus T pessimistic divided by 6. We can apply the formula when we will put the values. So you can see answer here. See, we have T naught is optimistic time, Tm is most likely time, then we have pessimistic time. So this is optimistic time as it is given in the question, this is most likely time, and this is pessimistic time. All these things are given in the question, and we will use this formula, then we can find its answer. So 10.33 minutes will be the T expected time for this PERT network, okay, for that activity. Now we have last question. This will be the last question of today's lecture. In this question it is talking about in CPM the project durations can be reduced by crashing. It is talking about crashing. In crashing what we do, we generally try to minimize the time, we reduce the time. So what is it is talking about? So in CPM project duration can be reduced by crashing. It is talking about which activities we need to crash. One or more non-critical activities we will crash, or we will crash one or more critical activities, one or more dummy activities, or activities having independent float. Which of them is correct? It is talking that how can we reduce the project duration. Crashing means how to reduce the project duration. So how will the project duration will be reduced? It will be reduced by crashing the critical activities, obviously, because critical activities are lying on the critical path, and critical path defines the duration of the project. So if you will reduce the reduce the duration of the critical activities, then you will reduce the project duration, because project duration can be found out by the critical path, and critical path contains critical activities. So if you will reduce one or more critical activities, then you will reduce critical path length, critical path duration. If you will reduce critical path duration, then your project will be reduced. So its answer will be B. You can see here its answer will be B. Okay, crashing means to just to reduce the project duration, and when we crash critical activities, okay, one or more critical activities to reduce the project duration. Thank you. So we have discussed today around 15 questions of CPM and PERT, that is project management. I hope all of you have got it clearly, and if you have any doubt and if you have any issues, try to contact me. I will solve your issues. I will upload next video soon, and we can discuss different theories and questions of another units also. If you have any issues in another units, then please message me. I will try to make videos and lectures of those units also. Thank you so much. I hope you have enjoyed today's lecture.